Good morning to one and all. In this video, we are going to discuss about state transition matrix and its properties. It is very important concept in JNT point of view as well as GATE point of view from 5th unit. Before going to this topic, we are going to discuss about problem which I have given in previous video as practice problem. Coming to practice problem, in this we have to determine the state model by using the given transfer function. Here given transfer function is y of s by v of s is equal to 3s plus 4 by s square plus 5s plus 6. In first video itself, we discussed about obtaining the state model by using the given transfer function. The solution of this one is very simple. Let's consider the solution part of this problem. Now coming to solution, first consider given transfer function, that is y of s by v of s is equal to 3s plus 4 by s square plus 5s plus 6. Now multiply and divide this y of s by v of s with x1 of s. Then we are getting y of s by v of s is equal to y of s by v of s into x1 of s by x1 of s. Now simplify this one for getting two factors of given transfer function. Why? Because we are having numerator as well as denominator terms. So simplify this one and we are getting y of s by u of s is equal to x1 of s by v of s is one term and y of s by x1 of s is the second term. From the above equation, consider x1 of s by v of s is equal to 1 by s square plus 5s plus 6, and consider this is equation number 1. Similarly, consider y of s by x1 of s, that is second term is the 3s plus 4. This one is the 4. First consider the equation number 1. From equation number 1, we are going to get the state equation. Why? Because in equation number 1, we are having input as well as state variable. There is no concept of output. So from equation number 1, we are going to get the state equation. This is the equation number 1. After considering the equation number 1, just cross multiply the factors. By cross multiplying, we are getting this one, that is x1 of s into this factor, that is equal to 1 into v of s. After cross multiplying, just apply the inverse Laplace transform of this equation. By applying the inverse Laplace transform, we are getting this one, that is just we are going to convert s domain to t domain. Here s square into x1 of s becomes d square x1 of t by dt square plus 5 into s into x1 of s becomes 5 into d x1 of t by dt plus 6 into x1 of s becomes 6 into x1 of t, that is equal to v of s becomes v of t. After applying the inverse Laplace transform, we are getting this equation. Now in this equation, consider dx1 of t by dt is equal to x2, that is nothing but first state vector. Similarly, d square x1 of t by dt square is equal to x3 of t, that is nothing but x2 dot t. Now substitute these two factors in above equations, then we are getting x3 of t plus 5 into x2 of t plus 6 into x1 of t is equal to v of t. This is the resultant equation after substituting x2 and x3. Now consider third state vector, that is sum 0 into x3 dot of t, and we can move all these terms to the right side. Then this equation becomes the third state vector equation. We already know second state vector equation, that is x2 dot of t and x1 dot of t. Now by using these three state vectors form the state equation, that is this is the state equation for the given state transfer function. Similarly, consider second equation from above analysis, that is y of s by x1 of s is equal to 3s plus 4. Okay, from this we are going to get the output equation. Why? Because it is having output and state variable. Okay, just cross multiply this factor, then we are getting y of s is equal to 3s plus 4 into x1 of s. Again apply the inverse Laplace transform to this equation, then we are getting s domain to t domain, that is y of s becomes y of t, that is equal to 3s into x1 of s. 3s into x1 of s becomes 3 into x2 of t. Why? Because s into x1 of s is the dx1 of t by dt, that is nothing but x2 of t in previous analysis, plus 4 into x1 of s, that is 4 into x1 of t, and third state variable becomes 0. Okay, from this equation form the output equation, that is y of t is equal to matrix x1, that is x1 variable coefficient is 4, similarly x2 and x3 into this matrix. This is the output equation of a given transfer function, and this is the solution for your practice problem. And these are the state equation as well as output equation for a given practice problem by using given transfer function. Now I think everyone having doubt like why we are considering the third state vector, that is 0 into x3 dot of t. Let us discuss now. Why? Because here state model is not a unique for a given system. This state model depends upon the selection of number of state variables. Here the selection of number of state variables depends upon the number of energy storage elements if we consider the system is electrical. Similarly, if the system having the transfer function, then the number of state variables is equal to the order of the transfer function. In the above problem, the order of the transfer function is 2. Means by considering 2 state variables or 2 state vectors also, we will get the right answer only. But we will get only 2 by 2 matrix. This is about how we are obtaining the state model by using given transfer function. That is our practice problem. Now we are going for next topic in our 5th unit, that is state transition matrix. In this mainly we are going to concentrate on what is state transition matrix, what's the formula for state transition matrix, and what are the properties of state transition matrix. This is very important concept in 5th unit. Please try to concentrate. The concept of state transition matrix is very simple. That is, first consider the transfer function of a state model. I think everyone know transfer function expression for a state model. That is y of s by e of s is equal to c into si minus a whole inverse b plus d. Okay, in this expression, this matrix, that is si minus a whole inverse, is called resolvent matrix, that is denoted by pi of s. Just by applying the inverse Laplace transform of this resolvent matrix, we will get one more matrix in time domain, that is pi of t. That matrix is known as state transition matrix. That is, first consider pi of s is equal to matrix si minus a whole inverse. Just apply the inverse Laplace transform of it. That is, inverse Laplace transform of pi of s is equal to, which converts s domain to t domain, that is nothing but pi of t is equal to inverse Laplace transform of si minus a whole inverse. This matrix is called state transition matrix. It also represented by e power at. So pi of t is equal to e power at is the formula for state transition matrix. Very simple concept. Now consider properties of STM, that is properties of state transition matrix. This matrix mainly consists of 5 properties. Very simple concepts, very simple derivations. Coming to first property, pi of 0 is equal to unity matrix. Okay, coming to derivation, we know that state transition matrix expression, that is pi of t is equal to e power at. Just substitute t is equal to 0 in above expression, that is t is substitute t is equal to 0, then it becomes pi of 0 is equal to e power a into 0. Okay, that is nothing but e power 0 is nothing but 1. Okay, in matrix representation we are going to represent the unity matrix. So pi of 0 is equal to I. That is the first property of state transition matrix. Coming to second property, that is pi of minus t is equal to pi of t whole power minus 1 or pi of t whole inverse. Okay, it is very simple. Just consider expression for state transition matrix, that is pi of t is equal to e power at. In place of t, just substitute minus t, then we are getting pi of minus t is equal to e power a into minus t. We can write this one into e power at whole inverse. we know e power at is nothing but pi of t, that is pi of t whole inverse. So pi of minus t is equal to pi of t whole inverse. This is the second property of state transition matrix, very simple one. Third property also very simple, that is pi of t1 plus t2 is equal to pi of t1 into pi of t2, that is equal to pi of t2 into pi of t1. Okay, in this also first consider expression for state transition matrix, that is pi of t is equal to e power at. Okay, in this, in place of t just substitute t1 plus t2, that is pi of t1 plus t2 is equal to e power a into t1 plus t2. Just split this power, that is e power a into t1 into e power a t2. We can write this one same as e power a t2 and e power a t1. Okay, from that we know pi of t is equal to e power at. In place of t we are having t1 and t2, so substitute pi of t1 into pi of t2. We can write this one as pi of t2 into pi of t1. Okay, this is the third property of state transition matrix, that is pi of t1 plus t2 is equal to pi of t1 into pi of t2, that is equal to pi of t2 into pi of t1. Similarly, consider fourth one, that is pi of nt is equal to pi of t whole power n. Okay, in this also consider expression for STM, that is pi of t is equal to e power at. In place of t just substitute nt. Okay, that is pi of nt is equal to e power a into nt. Okay, take e power at whole power n. Okay, we know e power at is nothing but pi of t, so pi of t whole power n. Okay, that is pi of nt is equal to pi of t whole power n. This is the fourth property of STM. Similarly, consider fifth property of state transition matrix. This is somewhat lengthy property, but nothing is there, very simple. Okay, that is pi of t2 minus t1 into pi of t1 minus t0 is equal to pi of t2 minus t0. That is nothing is there. First, in place of t substitute t2 minus t1, we will get one expression. Similarly, substitute t is equal to t1 minus t0, we will get one more expression. Just multiply those two things, we will get pi of t2 minus t1. Okay, for that first consider expression for state transition matrix, that is pi of t is equal to e power at. In first case substitute t is equal to t2 minus t1. By substituting that one, we are getting pi of t2 minus t1 is equal to this one. Similarly, substitute t is equal to t1 minus t0. By substituting that one, that is pi of t1 minus t0 is equal to e power a t1 into e power minus a t0. Now consider pi of t2 minus t1 into pi of t1 minus t0, that is equal to, we are getting these expressions, e power at2 into e power minus at1, e power at1 into e power minus at1, e power minus at1, e power plus atn gets cancelled. Then we are getting this one, e power at2 into e power minus at0. Okay, from these terms take a as the common. Then e power a into, by taking e power a as common, we are getting t2 minus t0. We know e power at is pi of t. Here e power a into t2 minus t0. Then we are considering pi of t2 minus t0. So this is the fifth property of STM. That is pi of t2 minus t1 into pi of t1 minus t0 is equal to pi of t2 minus t0. Okay, these are the properties related to state transition matrices. Now we are going to discuss small problem related to STM. Okay, that is find the resolvent matrix and also STM by using the given system matrix. In this we are having only system matrix, that is A. By using this system matrix we are going to find out the resolvent matrix as well as STM. Okay, I think we already know the formulas for resolvent matrix as well as STM. Just by using this one, find out the resolvent matrix as well as STM. First consider the formula for resolvent matrix and formula for state transition matrix. That is, resolvent matrix is given by pi of s is equal to matrix Si minus A whole inverse, and just apply the inverse Laplace transform of this resultant matrix, we will get the state transition matrix. Okay, in these two formulae, here A is the system matrix which is given in the problem, and I is the identity matrix. The order of this I depends upon the order of the system matrix A. Here system matrix is the 2 by 2 matrix, so we have to consider the 2 by 2 identity matrix, that is 1 0 0 1. Substitute these two matrices, that is identity and system matrix, in resultant matrix. We will get the resultant matrix expression. Similarly, after finding resultant matrix, just apply the inverse Laplace transform, then we will get the state transition matrix. Very simple. First go for resultant matrix, that is pi of s is equal to si minus a whole inverse. Just substitute I value and that is matrix I as well as matrix A in this expression. That is we are getting this one, that is S into identity matrix 1 0 0 1 minus system matrix, that is 0 1 minus 2 minus 3 whole inverse. Just subtract these two matrices by multiplying the S with unity matrix. Then we are getting S0 0 S minus this one. Now subtract these two matrices, then we are getting this matrix, that is S minus 1 2 S plus 3 whole inverse. Now just apply inverse of this matrix. We know inverse of matrix, that is 2 by 2 matrix. Now consider ABCD matrix. ABCD is the 2 by 2 matrix, and we know inverse of this 2 by 2 matrix is 1 by AD minus BC into this matrix. That is we are going to interchange these two elements and we are going to complement these two elements. By applying this property here, we are getting these matrices, that is pi of s is equal to, this is the 2 by 2 matrix which we got in previous case. We are going to inverse this matrix, that is interchanging these two elements and complementing these two elements, and we are going to multiply AD minus BC, that is we are getting this matrix, that is 1 by AD, that is S into S plus 3 minus into minus gets plus, that is plus 2, and by interchanging and complementing we are getting this matrix, and this is the final result for resultant matrix pi of s. By applying the inverse Laplace transform of this pi of s, we are going to get the state transition matrix. Now consider state transition matrix. I think we know formula for state transition matrix, that is pi of t is equal to inverse Laplace transform of pi of s. We already got the expression for pi of s, that is resultant matrix. Just substitute pi of s expression here. So we are getting inverse Laplace transform of resultant matrix expression. Now consider this one and make this one into factors. Okay, by considering s square plus 3s plus 2, we are getting factors are s plus 1 into s plus 2. Just substitute here. That is inverse Laplace transform of this matrix into these factors, s plus 1 into s plus 2. Now consider each and every factor and apply the partial fractions. We will get the each and every element in this matrix. After getting the elements in this matrix, just apply the inverse Laplace transforms to those factors. Then we will get the pi of t, that is state transition matrix. This is the resultant matrix by considering the factors to each and every element of a matrix. Now if we observe these factors, the inverse Laplace transform is not possible to these factors. So we have to make these factors into simple factors which are applicable for inverse Laplace transform. So consider each and every factor and by using the partial fractions, make these factors into simple factors which are applicable by inverse Laplace transform. Now consider first factor, that is s plus 3 by s plus 1 into s plus 2. Now make this factor by using partial fractions, that is s plus 3 by s plus 1 into s plus 2 is equal to a by s plus 1 in 1 plus b by s plus 2. I think everyone know the concept of partial fractions. Then take LCM to these factors. After taking LCM, this one and this one gets cancelled, then we are getting s plus 3 is equal to a into s plus 2 plus b into s plus 1. Here we have to find out the a values and b values. For finding a and b values, first substitute s is equal to minus 1. Okay, s is equal to minus 1 in this equation. Then we are getting a is equal to 2. Similarly, for finding b value, substitute s is equal to minus 2 in this expression. By substituting s is equal to minus 2, we are getting b is equal to minus 1. Now substitute this a value as well as b value in the above factor. We will get the factorial form. Similarly, we have to apply the partial fractions for all the elements in the above matrix. This is the resultant matrix by applying the partial fractions to each and every factor and substituting. That is, this is the resultant matrix. If we observe the each and every factor, those factors are applicable by inverse Laplace transform. That is, we know inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s plus a, that is equal to e power minus at. Okay, apply same formula here to these factors. That is, inverse Laplace transform of 2 by s plus 1 is becomes 2 into e power minus t, that is minus 1 and inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s plus 2 becomes e power minus 2t. Similarly, inverse Laplace transform of this factor is e power minus t and inverse Laplace transform of this factor is e power minus 2t. Similarly, apply the inverse Laplace transform of these factors. Then we are getting the matrix, that is nothing but state transition matrix, and this is the final value for state transition matrix, which is obtained by using the given system matrix. The procedure of finding the state transition matrix is very simple. That is, first we have to find out the resultant matrix pi of s, then we have to apply the inverse Laplace transform of resultant matrix. We can get the state transition matrix pi of t. Okay, now I am going to give the small problem for your practice for finding the state transition matrix. That is, determine the state transition matrix for a given state model. Here we are having the state model, that is state equation as well as output equation. By using these two, try to find out the state transition matrix pi of t. This is about the state transition matrix and its properties. In the next video, we are going to discuss about homogeneous equation and non-homogeneous equations of a state model and obtaining the solutions of homogeneous and non-homogeneous equations of a state model. Thank you.